Hey, what's up? All right, so we're diving back into the ADHD checklist app. So we've got this basic thing working here, and we can check all the bits and pieces off. and and the one thing we don't have is tests. So let's see if we can get a couple of tests around this thing. It's kind of I find that when it's mostly display stuff like this, it's much harder to unit test, right? So like we could extract all of these and do functions for each one individually, but I'm not sure that we're going to get the same kind of value that we would if we were to simply write tests around the components. So let's do this. Okay, that comment is not useful anymore. Let's install library. Okay, so something that I just wanted to mention really quickly is that the project is up on GitHub now. I will throw a link into let me see, where do I want to put this link? I'll figure out a way to post it so that way you can get to it. I might throw it up on my Twitch bio. You can get to my project specific or rather streamer specific GitHub account through my link tree, and that's already up on Twitch, so you could use that. The last video that I posted on YouTube also has the link to the repo, so you can get to it, but we might be able to do a little bit better than that, so I'll figure it out. Meanwhile, let's get some tests in here. Okay, so we've got to-do item. Let's start off and let's test to-do item. Item.js. What am I doing? Okay, so let's import something from testing library React. I think we want to import render. Right. We do also want to import right. It's not giving me, I wonder. Okay, so I'm using Claude Sonnet. I feel like sometimes it has a hard time kind of catching up, and I'm not really going that fast, so that's concerning, but what do you do? Okay, so let's see here. So we have rendered. Okay, so I am going to do something here. I usually have the render all right, let's just have a look here and see. Right, so render div, there we go. That's what I wanted to make sure I had right. So I tend to do a lot of actual unit testing, and so so I need to work on my testing library memory. And what do we actually get back? Okay. Let's see here. So let's do let's just do that. Let's actually see. We want this. Wait, it's angry because, yeah, we'll just call it screen. Aha. We used the recommended way. Sure. Why the heck not? Okay, so it's going to be angry either way. That's fun. Item name, to-do item. Right, and let's get that by to-do item. Okay, now let's just see what happens. Let's see if we okay. So test suites failed 2, tests 1. All right, so we still have old test stuff hanging out. That needs to go away. Hooray. Okay. Let's make sure. Where are you? Yeah, this was right. Here, we'll bring that in too. At testing library. It's like, what am I missing? At save. All right. So now it's unhappy about that, but that's okay. By text title, by what is it, tag name? Let's do get by, should be by ID, by test ID. That'll work. All right, so this is something where we don't have an ID on this. So, and we don't even have a test ID configured to pass through. So let's actually do that as well. So let's see here. Okay. See, this is not the one I want to test right now. We're doing this. Input. No, test ID. We want this to be, let's see. Let's see, level 1, item 1, checkbox, and level 1, and 1 input. Okay. Yes, that's correct. Okay. That'll work. Come on, you knew what I was looking for a second ago. Hey. Input to have value to do item. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay. And let's do this so we can actually have a okay. Right, so we got the checkbox. Make sure that that's right. Test ID. Here's our input value to do input. Bubbles is true. Let's see. Okay, let's see if that worked. Ah. Should be change. Should be change, right? On change. So that should have worked. see. Can we do something other than value? Because that's going to be the problem right there. Dispatch new event. Change. That's interesting. Should have been called. We can see that it gets called when we're over here, right? Oh, there we go. Right, so we know that this gets called because check this out. Yay! Okay, so they all work. So it really is just the actual test function here. And why is this angry? Oh, let's see here. Can I... Okay. Name it view. Okay. Hooray. Now what are you angry about? I didn't destructure it. Cool. I'm just going to ignore this for now. I know. Oh, my. Here, let's rename this. My spell checker is mad because I didn't camel case it. So. Okay. I guess technically that's Pascal case, right? Anyway, so this is still not working. Should be dispatching an event. And it should call this, right? Let's just see what happens. Nope. Okay. Why are you angry? Okay. Why are you angry? What are you angry about? All this works. Huh. I wonder. Nope. Huh. Okay. Well, let's just do this. Let's actually break the let's break this up into chunks that we can make sense of, because at this point now we've gone way beyond the scope of what we've actually described here. So we're going to do this. I'm just going to say you actually do 1, 2. Okay, so we'll say renders component successfully with provided purpose. Yeah, that's great. Okay, and then that means that all we really have to do now is just that much. Okay, this is going to be see, calls completed function when checkbox. That'll work, and then we don't need to play with that stuff right now. All right, so we should have a couple of passing tests and 1 failing test. Great. And then calls set item name function with new value when input is changed. Okay, so now all right. So now we've kind of isolated our behaviors, right? So now we're down to just the one that's not working. And I'm going to have to figure this out. Right. The benefit here is that we don't really need to verify that each item in our form has the correct behaviors, because we've tested it at the component level. So we know as long as we're using that same component, then we can just validate that the pieces that we've created actually exist, because the behaviors work. So let's see here. Dispatch. See. Let's see. Okay. Aha. Let's try this instead. Okay. Let's see. Environment change. Yeah. Okay. So let's see if we can do this and get it to work. Okay, Okay. Let's see. Boo. Let's try. We'll just keep trying this until we figure out something that. Hey, there we go. All right, all we had to do is just create the right magical incantation, and then our test passed. Okay, so now it properly fills stuff in. It fires functions when it's supposed to. Cool. So then the next thing we're going to have to do is the form. Okay. Let's see here. I see that somebody's here. Hi. How's it going? Okay. How do we want to do this? Because this is a lot messier. I think because we have to-do items and set-to-do items, I think I can fake that because the set we've tested. So right. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna need fire event. I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna need it. Oh, you know what I do need though? Okay, so something that we do need here is we need to do this now. Yep. Was that all we're going to want to do? Because it's just a string. I guess we don't need to be too finicky about it. Okay. So we should be able to check now that all these items actually exist when we say they should exist. Oh, and you need to have to-do boss. That's the boss. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Oh, we have a failing test. Oh, that's fine. I expected that. That'll do. Sure. To-do form, to-do items, set to-do items, to-do items. let's do this. Because we're going to want, let's see, renders first 3 to do items correctly. Okay, so this should be empty, empty, empty. Right, and we should be able to, I don't think that's going to work. Oh, it did work. Yeah. Wasn't happy before, that's for sure. Level 2, item 1. Level 2, item 2. And level 2 mini boss. To be in the document. Right. Actually, no. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm going to do this. Renders all. Right, because then, oops. Get by text task 1. Task 3. Task 4. There we go. That's what I wanted. Get by test ID. That's what I want. And then we can actually, so this is, right, so this is the high level ones. So now we're going to do, let's try this again. Okay, you can go away. Oops. Okay. Value. Oh, how did I test this in the other one? Was it in the document to have value? That's what I wanted. Task 1. Task 3. Task 4. And boss 2, final boss. Okay, let's make sure that that works. It did not. Oh, that's not right. Let's see, input. There we go. Okay, so now the next thing we want to do, right, because this renders everything correctly when everything's filled in. That's groovy. Test render. Does not render level 2 form when level 1. Yeah. And let's see. Task 1, task 2. No. Are empty. Item. Okay, so get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I don't really care if final boss is in there or not. But what we want to do perfect. Okay, so now we know that that works, right? That's this behavior. Right? Hooray! All right, we have a test around that. So we wanted to test that. We want to test that the to-do items worked. We want to test that the form renders the way we expect it to. Oh! We want to verify. We want to test item 2 checkbox is disabled and item name is empty. I think that's right. Let's verify that. Hooray. Test item, let's see. Mini boss checkboxes. When level items are not completed, yes. Let's verify that. Excellent. Yeah, see, once you get a test or two in that represents the state that you care about, then yeah, it's gonna do a reasonably good job of kind of guessing the other stuff. So, and we're gonna have test mini boss checkbox is enabled when level items are completed. Do not to be disabled. All right. So now the boss task. This is the new behavior that we haven't actually accounted for yet. Test that boss task is all right. So this is now actually test driving the behavior that we want. So let's say right. So now this, oh, you know, it would really help. New tab. Okay. What do I want to do? Ruin start. Okay. So let's fire that up. Right, and mini boss 2. So we should have to do that and that and that and that and that and that, and then we can do the boss task. Boss task. No, task. Okay. Oop. Not what I wanted to do. Okay, so now we've verified that the boss task actually does the thing we want it to do and behaves the way we want it to behave. And so we are set with our behaviors. And it didn't take that many tests, and it didn't take that long. So now we're actually feeling pretty confident. And I feel like that gives us a place where we can actually kind of launch into, I don't know, we've got a little bit of time left. So why don't we do something like, why don't we do this? Okay, so here's the form. Let's let's make this a div. Okay, so now we have our div. What's the next thing we want to do? We want to to-do form. That's great. All right, and this should still look the same. I'm just going to do CSS for now. I don't know if it's actually configured to do Sass. And I don't want to really fiddle with that right now anyway. So let's see, actually, just to-do form. Okay, let's make it like 60% of the screen. Let's actually have a look at what this thing looks like. Huh. I'm gonna just I'm gonna get rid of this. Let's see. What did I do? Oh, I didn't. Yeah. It helps when you import it. Hey, there we go. Okay. And okay. Let's see here. Okay. Sure. Let's do smaller though. Okay. Okay, so now these look absurd. So let's start futzing with that too, shall we? Too much. Let's see, legend, input. There we go. That's what I wanted. Let's see here. Aha. Yeah, sure, 80% is fine. This is still all scrunched up, so I'm not in love with it, but little by little. Border range, padding, border, margin bottom. Let's see. Yeah. 5 is fine. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to, I think the last thing that I want to do for the night before I close up is, let's do this. Oops. Let's put in the label for that. Let's tighten that up. Let's make it 50% and just make sure that it actually. Nope. Actually, I know what I'm doing wrong. I was kind of half inclined to do it this way. So let's. Do label okay. Big. I'm just gonna cheat it in for now. That's too light, but let's see here. Okay. legend is part of the form, the input. These are part of this. So we don't need to prefix that or that. Let's see. Okay. Excuse me. Import CSS. That should still be about the same. Hooray. And now, right, so our form there, to-do item. What are we doing? Okay, oops, sorry for the noise. All right, so we've got our basic setup here. It's not quite as hideous as it was before. I still haven't done anything with the header, so I'll get there. All right. And then let's do 10 pixels. See, is that enough? Okay, so now we have a tested form. Behaves more or less the way we expect it to. I should style the heading. Let's actually throw a real heading on that too, rather than making it a div. Right. I don't know if this is going to be our H1. Right now, I'll say it might be an H1. Oops. Why is that angry? Do that. No, can't do that. Huh. Well. Let's roll. Let's see. This is probably... Hey, let's take a look and see what's required. Yeah, I didn't like it to begin with. I really don't like it now. So I guess I'm going to have to figure out why. Figure out why I can't make this an H1. Hey, there we go. I don't know why I was so angry before. I must have goofed something up. Okay, so let's do that. We can form do H1 line center. Sure. There's our ADHD to-do list. It's still really ugly. I am not a designer, but that will work. It's at least readable now, and we know kind of what we're looking at. Oh, you know what? Shoot. You know what we don't have? Aha. Okay, so enabled, completed. Okay, so I have a test case I can throw in here then. So let's do that. Okay. That should fail now. Okay. Which one is this that's failing? Huh. What's wrong with it? Well, that's easy to fix. Okay, let's see here. So that's the test. Okay. So let's just get to a place where we have a failing test. Excellent. Okay, so now, nothing like getting a spammer in here. Cool. Okay, so yeah, that's everything for tonight. I think that we have a mostly working application. We did find, oh, that's ugly. Let's fix that before we close up. Okay. Okay, so we have a mostly working app. We do have one criterion that is still failing, but that's good because that means that now on Wednesday when we come back, we'll have something to work on. So, thanks for joining, and until Wednesday, keep on coding.